Now, I like to be silly in a lot of these videos, but what I wanted to do was take a quick opportunity to actually tell my Crohn's story. And I'll try to be as brief as possible. I've suffered from Crohn's disease for 15 years. And because of that, I've had a lot of cons. Number one, I've had 12 hospital stays. I have racked up hundreds of thousands in medical bills. I have to take 12 pills a day. I've had to miss a lot of school and work. And a couple years ago, I had to have colostomy surgery. So even though I think that my story is pretty minute compared to a lot of people who've had dozens of surgeries and their life has been altered by Crohn's disease, I've lived through it, and I don't feel like mine is the greatest story to tell. But on the other hand, I've also had a lot of pros to having Crohn's disease. And when you think, well, what's the pros of having chronic disease? Well, I've got a huge support network when it comes to Crohn's and being able to contact people. I have made a lot of IBD or inflammatory bowel disease friends. I'm able to advocate for a cause that I believe in. I'm able to help those like me through my ostomy clothing line, Ostomy. And I'm also honored and privileged every summer to be a camp counselor at CCFA's, Crohn's and Colitis Foundation of America's Camp Oasis in Wisconsin. So we've all seen these ALS Ice Bucket Challenges, and that's fantastic for their organization. But there are close to 1 million people that suffer from Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis, which is under the IBD umbrella. And there's no cure for that yet. So this is why I'm running 13.1 miles for the CCFA through Team Challenge in Vegas in November. Now I want to state and be clear that IBD is not the same as IBS. IBS is inflammatory bowel syndrome, and IBD is inflammatory bowel disease. IBD is destructive inflammation to the digestive system, where IBS is where the digestive system looks normal, it's just not functioning properly. Some of us involved have probably seen the picture of the diseased colon versus the normal colon. Just imagine food going through that. We may look healthy on the inside, but we may look healthy on the outside, but on the inside we're very, very sick. I've had moments where I've been really fat in the face, through pred cheeks or steroid face, whatever you want to call it. And I've also had times where I'm super skinny because of a flare-up, and it's made me lose weight because I just can't eat. So I'm advocating for this cause, and one of the ways you can advocate is through these t-shirts, this t-shirt that I have on, through a couple of ladies who have a nonprofit called thegreatbowelmovement.org. They have these Ask Me About My Colitis, Ask Me About My Crohn's Disease, and of course my personal favorite, Ask Me About My Ostomy. Although you probably don't have to ask me about my ostomy, I'll usually just talk about it because it's one of my favorite topics besides poop and fart jokes. So tomorrow we'll get back to the silliness. I just wanted to take a moment and tell you why I'm doing what I'm doing. We'll see you then.